Hello dear followers, here's your curly fixing guy back in the garage, and we're about to change the front brake pads and discs on this BMW E46. And because the brake wearing sensor it's on for years now, I decided to also change both brake sensors, so the one from the front of the car and the one from the rear of the car. You have one on each side. You don't need 4 sensors because the brake pads were in the same time on both sides. So let's get started. Because if we are changing the wearing sensor, I will unplug the plus from the battery and, I don't know, put a bag here. Release your wheel bolts, jack up your car, take off your wheel, take off this clip. Okay, now take off the covers for your Allen bolts holding the caliper. Okay, one here and one here. Put some WD-40 on your caliper holders bolts, because these can be pretty nasty to open. It's one here and one here. Now open your Allen bolts. It's a 7mm Allen bolt up here and one down here. Press back just a little bit your piston. Now release the caliper. Ooh. These are some quite used pads, almost all the way till the end. And take out your brake pad and also take down this one. Put your brake caliper somehow aside like this. Now these are some very worn brake pads. Almost cracked here. Release the upper bolt holding the brake caliper support. It's a 19mm. Okay, now open the lower one. It's a 16. Remove your caliper holder. We will also clean everything really well with a wire brush. Okay, now remove the 6mm Allen bolt that holds the disc in place. It would have been a great idea to release this bolt when the caliper was on, and someone could help me to actually press the brake inside the car, and this way the disc would have been rotating like now, but we'll figure out a solution. So yeah, open this 6mm Allen bolt so we can take down the disc. So we basically put through the vents of the disc this flathead screwdriver that touches the ground, and this way the disc blocked itself, so we could remove this small Allen bolt. Now let's remove this old brake disc, and because we are not interested to reuse it, we can hit it with a hammer. Let's clean a little bit here where the new disc will come. A little bit of brake cleaner, because we want to have an easy life when we take down and we replace in the future the disc. We're gonna put some copper grease here where the new disc will sit. Put a small Allen bolt. I lost the magnet inside here, and now all the tools are just falling off. Okay, don't overkill it, because anyways the disc will stay on the wheel hub by just putting the wheel bolts back. Using this brake piston pusher, let's push back our brake caliper piston. Make sure it's all in position. To make sure that the piston goes easy back into the caliper, you can open your brake fluid reservoir and let it open. Use this 19 to have more leverage. Now we're all the way back. You don't need to force it when it stops. Take down your tool. Clean your caliper holder and mostly where your new pads will sit and slide. Put back your caliper holder. I do think I have an improvised bolt up here because it's a 19 and the lower one it's a 16, and I do know that they're actually supposed to be both 16. Upper one is fixed, and now the lower one. Don't overkill them, because you want to have an easy job next time when you do your brake pads, or actually the brake disc. Now put some brake grease for where the brake pads will slide, front and back. Also put on the brake pad slider as well. let's put this brake pad in the caliper. This actually goes in the caliper piston with these clamps. Just press the brake pad in the caliper piston. Okay, so now let's push the caliper back. Tighten the 7mm Allen bolts holding the caliper, and again we apply the same rule, we don't overkill them because we want to have an easy life when we undo them next time. The plastic cap covering the Allen bolt. Same thing for the lower one. The safety clip. Okay, now let's replace the wiring sensor. As you can see, this one it's broken. So for that we're gonna open this cap from the bleeding system and take down the this rubber. Okay, so in the back of your shock absorber you have this little thing that goes inside here, and then another one here. Up there we need to open this plastic box. I'm gonna take a brush, a plastic one this time, and clean there. Okay, now just pull the connector out and disconnect it. I do think we need to press this thing, this pin here, and then just pull the old one. Okay, that's it. I like to compare the old stuff with the new sensor, so I make sure that all the rubber mountings are the same in the same place and we have the same length of wiring, and it's the case here, which is good. Using some contact cleaner, we're gonna clean inside here. That's enough. Simply connect our new sensor. That's it, we had that cluck. Okay, so just press it back and then root it as it was rooted. Okay, now we can close the magic door and just simply go with it. Press it back and then put this thing back on the bleeding screw of your caliper. Okay, and now time to actually mount the sensor on the brake pad here back. So you want to have this pin towards your brake disc, because whenever this pin touches the brake disc, then your brake wiring sensor will actually start on. Okay, that's it. Let's put some copper grease on here as well, so we'll have an easy job when we take down the wheel next time. Okay, and then also spray some brake cleaner over the brake disc so it's not greasy. Okay, let's clean a little bit here as well. And give a final tight to your wheel bolts. Okay guys, so now it's a good moment to check your brake fluid level to not exceed the maximum. You have a drawing here on the reservoir that says maximum, and because we pushed the pistons back into the calipers, the level of the fluid raises here in the reservoir. We just close this. If you disconnected the battery for the sensors, then don't forget to tie it back. I didn't record it, but we also changed the brake wear sensor in the back. It's on the right wheel, but it's the same procedure as in the front. So if you're curious to do it, just take a look on how we did it in the front of the car, and it's the same procedure, just it's located differently. But go with the wire and you'll find out where the connector is. So yeah, this would be it with the brake pads, front brake pads and the rotors for this BMW E46. Thanks for watching and being with us. Thank you to my camera woman once again for staying out in the cold. And yeah, if you didn't do it so far, please subscribe to this channel, like this video and comment if you didn't like anything or if you have suggestions for a better procedure. Until next one, peace.